Welcome everyone to Our Community, Our Money, The Entrepreneur in You. My name is Jermaine Washington and I'm your host. For today's show, we will be speaking with Ravi Rambat, Director for the Center for Entrepreneurship at HCC Southwest College. Also, scholarship winners for the Ideas Pitch Competition, Louisa, Mac, and Joe. These winners are here to share their stories and tell us all about their ideas and their goals. Stay tuned. This will be a great show. Ravi and Louisa, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start out with Ravi, since he is the one who manages this competition. He's the director of the Center for Entrepreneurship at the Southwest College. Ravi, tell us about the competition. What is it all about?
Sure, Jermaine. So thanks for having me, and thanks for having our students. The competition started about 2015 with Dr. Maya Dernovo at the Office for Entrepreneurial Initiatives. We put together our first competition. We called it the Elevator Pitch Competition, and then we've had multiple names for it. The most recent one was called the Shark Tank Ideas Pitch Competition. And really, it's a platform for students to come share their thoughts and their ideas, their innovative solutions to our pressing societal and global challenges that we face. And it's really an opportunity for them to network and make friends, but then also, feel good about solving a problem together. So that's in a nutshell.
We're going to talk more about that. We're going to get into some details later on. But did you have to pull this off at any point during this pandemic?
No, we never had to do a virtual competition. This was our first, and at first we were a little worried and a little sad about not being able to see everybody in person and having our judges on campus. But then when we did the virtual and it worked out well, we all think it was a good success. We're looking forward to doing probably some more all of a sudden. So
you did do a virtual competition. Tell me, how did that go? I mean, because that's so different from what you're used to. You had to pivot. What'd you do?
We had to add multiple training sessions just to get the technology right. That, before we had just two trainings, one on ideation, one on pitch presentation, but we added a third one for tech check and making sure people knew how to, get on Zoom, how to share their screens. And we had to, kind of like how the show's being put together. We had to go through a script and a run of show, things that were very different in person. So it upped our tech game. I think all of us can say that.
I think that was a great idea, if I want to use the pun. So that's amazing. So I'm going to move to Louisa and ask a little bit. Can you just tell our viewers your full name, a little bit about yourself, and then I'm going to ask you, what was your idea?
Okay, I'm Louisa Nadaraja. So a little bit about myself. I'm a fashion designer student that has been studying since 2015. So it's been a long time. I'm not taking like 7 classes per semester. I'm taking my time, and I'm really excited about building my brand, which is what I started back in 2017. My fashion brand, that's an eco-friendly fashion brand. So I'm doing those two parallel to being a mother, meaning studying, building a brand, and housewife mother roles.
That's amazing. So you're with the fashion department here at HCC?
Yeah.
Under Dr. Suzette Brimmer. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes, amazing program, amazing teachers. Suzette Brimmer, the director, she's done an amazing job. Great partnerships. I highly recommend it.
I know her personally. I'm a part of that department as a professor, but more on the hospitality side. But let's move on about your idea for the pitch competition. Tell me what you presented and all about it.
So at the beginning of the pandemic, I was just a little bit sad. I don't want to use the word depressed because I wasn't depressed, but I was really sad about not being able to host fashion shows, not being able to work because I had to take care of my little one. He couldn't go to daycare. And everybody kept telling me, make masks. And I would be like, no. So for like 2 months or 3 maybe, I was just like rejecting the idea of it. But finally, when I sat down and I had a really good thought and connected with the item, I thought that there was a big need, and what I'm wearing is a mask right now. I'll show it to you. I thought there was a very important need for people to not just throw the mask after once they're done with COVID, but a need to be able to use it after COVID, as I'm wearing it now. I'll show it to you as a mask. So that you could have like this COVID souvenir, which is what I'm starting to call it, a COVID souvenir. So you could use it after COVID and it won't end up in landfills, because that's what my brand is also all about. It's connecting items that have a meaning behind it so that they don't, either they don't pollute, or they don't end up in landfills, or they have, you know, some sort of eco-friendly thought process or item or fabric. Something in it has to be smarter than just what it is. So it also turns into a hat accessory. So this is the mask. I'll show it to you as the mask, but I just wanted to show it to you first as what it turns into. So it's a hat accessory. You could accessorize your hat. You could wear it as a headband. And this is how you can put it on as a mask.
Oh, wow. You're very creative. I think I need to buy. How much are they? I think I need to purchase one of those. I need a stand. I have a hat. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, actually, they're really good for kids right now, because little did I know that kids would require some sort of like a holding mask mechanism where they don't lose it, because, you know, the normal mask is the one you leave, or it's kind of like hanging down here. I wish I had a normal mask. It's kind of like hanging down here, so kids will lose it. So a lot of moms have been buying this because kids won't lose it. They can wear it like this, they can wear it like this, and it won't come off.
So Louisa, how much are the masks? We got to tell our viewers how much the masks are and where they can get some. I mean, I'm sure you're selling like hotcakes.
Okay, so yes, they are selling really well. So if you just buy one, it's $30. If you buy more than 10, they come to $15. The kids is $20, but if you buy more than 10, they're $10. So pretty much if you buy more than 10, half off, pretty much. And the reason why the price is because the fabric is from Peru. So it's a very special particular fabric. That once it runs out, it runs out. And I line them, they come in all sorts of colors. I line them. So what you could do to the mask is you could also put a filter inside if you want extra protection. And if you don't like the Peruvian fabric, I also have regular, you know, cotton fabric masks that are not Peruvian looking. So regular black, white, or simple. So if people go to luisanadaraja.com, you can find them there.
Wow, it went by so fast. It was so exciting and interesting, and I just love the mask. And we're gonna probably have to have you back on the show for a whole nother segment, all by yourself, to talk about the mask. Well, Louisa, you know, thank you so much for being on this segment and telling us all about your mask and what you did to be a winner of the Ideas Pitch Competition.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So when we return from our break, we will continue conversations with another Idea Competition Scholarship recipient, Mac Woods. We will discuss Mac's idea and how she has handled maneuvering in these uncertain times. Additionally, I want to remind everyone to check out our Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program under the Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department, who have continued to have new cohorts throughout this year. And they have also transitioned online. You can get all of this information on the program on our website at hccs.edu/smallbusiness. This program continues to move forward towards its goal to help 10,000 small businesses. See if you qualify. We'll be right back.
Houston Community College is safe, clean, and open for learning. We're sanitizing our classrooms and reducing class sizes so you can feel good when you come back. Register now at hccs.edu/college your way.
Welcome back to Our Community, Our Money, the Entrepreneur in You. I would like to welcome back Robbie to the show, and I would like to welcome Miss Mac Woods. Thank you both. So I'm going to start with Robbie really quickly again. Robbie, when is the next competition and how can people apply?
So the next competition dates are not yet announced, but the website to learn more is hccs.edu/pitch, PITCH.
Now I'm going to move on to Mac. So Mac, tell me a little bit about you, Mac, what you do, and all about you.
Well, hi, Jermaine. From one boss chick to another, I'm Macqueline Fontanette Woods. I take out the middle 20 letters and go by Mac Woods. I'm the founder of Petite Estates, which is where it was designed for people over 50 to right size to luxury. And I have my reality show, Old Chicks Making Houses, and my clothing line that goes with that, Boss Old Chicks.
Okay. Well, I must be an old chick too.
Hey, old chicks in the house.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so what idea did you present in the Ideas Pitch competition?
I presented Petite Estates, which it's not a tiny house. It's a smaller house for those of us who need to downsize to luxury. And as the story goes, my sons who went off to some pretty fancy colleges, to Harvard, George Washington University, Full Sail University, they don't come back home. So needless to say, it's like, this house is too big for just my husband and I and the dog. So we sold our house. We tried to downsize and right size. And basically there's like nowhere to go. And so a lot of people don't want to right size because they don't want to live in an apartment. So needless to say, we're in an apartment right now. And I was going to build the first house this summer, but then when they predicted that it was going to be a really bad hurricane season, I'm like, okay, I'll wait till next year and take some real estate classes. So I'm still enrolled at HTC right now.
Okay, so how is the petite house going to look, and what is the difference between the petite house? Is just a smaller version? Is it a smart home? Is it more luxury? Tell our viewers
Everything.
about that.
Okay, so it's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a kitchen and a kitchenette. So both floors are duplicate. It has an elevator because, when I was a cheerleader 30 years ago, I had like bad knee injury. So I need an elevator in my house now. And it's like say all the smart technology. The favorite part of the house for me is this HVAC system, which is ductless. So it has all the modern technology. It has a safe room. So when the hurricanes come, you can't escape. You're safe in the house because, as you get older, we may not be able to evacuate. So everything you could think of, I put into this house for Plan B.
And is it only for the older generation, or can anybody buy these petite homes?
I'm glad you asked that. So it was designed for the older generation, but then come to find out, my sons always have roommates. And so needless to say, they don't want to deal with who's going to do the chores in the kitchen, who's going to do the bathroom. So the way it works out for millennials is because there's 2 of everything on each floor, you have your own space to yourself on each floor. It works out perfect for millennials. And actually, if it's an investment, then they can really live on one floor and rent out the other floor. And basically, they only meet when they enter the door.
So it's for everyone. If you've expanded your audience greatly. So I'm going to get back onto the competition. How did you prepare to win this competition and, get the scholarship money that you got? What did you do to prepare yourself for the competition?
For decades, I prepared my sons to compete. And so now I had to call on them. It's like, okay, how do I do this Zoom stuff? And okay, I need your help in return. So needless to say, it was a good way for me to start writing the pitch, start getting the business plan, because although I know construction, it's still a business. And so this was a great start for me to get started on the business side as well. And so I started preparing by, doing my slides and taking pictures of myself and taking pictures, screenshots of how the house will look and putting descriptions together and actually just comprising everything I've learned in class, because HCC has the best construction professors because they're from the industry. I don't want someone to just teach me from a book. They know what they're talking about. And so they've helped me along, because of course I have all A's. summa cum laude, but needless to say, I've worked with the professors and they've guided me all the way up until now. And that's what my sign says, see? Great professors at HCC. And so actually, thanks to the professors, I'm very confident in what I'm doing.
Listen, I love it. I love everything. So you're a student, you're a mom, you're doing a second career, petite home, you're a winner in this competition. So
and a bosso chick, remember that,
bosso chick.
Oh, yeah.
I will never forget that.
You'll see the clothing line pretty soon.
Oh yes, and I mean I'm looking forward to seeing that. So can you tell me how you pivoted during the pandemic? Because a lot of us, sometimes we're not as technologically advanced as the youth. Mm-hmm. And because you had to do it like that, how did you get your mind together and pivot yourself to be doing everything virtually? I mean, because even now with your business, I'm sure there's some differences in the way you have to handle everything to get ready for, building these homes.
I transitioned well. I mean, change does not bother me. I look forward to change. And that's why building houses will be perfect too, because it's something new every time. A different customer, a different interior design, but I can pivot very easily.
And what about the clothing line? When and where will people be able to get the clothes?
I'm also in the Houston Lift competition. And I'm going to introduce the clothing line because as I'm waiting to build houses and, construction's kind of slowed, they're going to find the clothing line pretty soon on the petite-estates.com website.
So also, Robbie, I know there's not any dates out there right now, but can you just tell our viewers how you're finding all these wonderful students to be a part of your competition?
Also, the beauty of this competition really is that we get the most diverse students from across the district with all colleges participating on most diverse ideas, as you can imagine. We do try to categorize them, but ultimately it's the students, what they're thinking and what they think is a need. And our goal is to kind of, harness their creativity, right? Get them to share their passion and then and share this. So it comes naturally to, I get to stand on shoulders of giants because one, they're here, they're taking risk, putting themselves and their ideas in front of others. And then ultimately, when we put our marketing out, they know and they come to our website. So this fall, we will have a competition. Information's on the website.
We're going to get more into that on the third segment. So the HCC Ideas Pitch Competition is such an interesting and informative opportunity for students. So we are going to continue this conversation in our next segment with Mr. Joe Carpenter. And I cannot wait to find out about his idea. But please remember, everyone, that the Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department has so many unique areas under its department to reach students, community, and entrepreneurs. There are so many opportunities and resources available for anyone through our department, and one of those areas is the corporate college. This college is right now in partnership with the Texas Workforce Commission, and they provide funding and skills for small business program that can be used to train employees. So if you want more information about the corporate college and many other resources, please visit our website. I always talk about the website, hccs.edu/smallbusiness. We'll be right back.
There's no better place to knock out the basics than HCC. Whether you learn online, on campus, or both, HCC is the safe, flexible, affordable option. Register now at hccs.edu/college your way.
Welcome back, everyone. In this segment, we will continue our conversation with our next HCC Idea Pitch Competition Scholarship recipient winner, Joe Carpenter, and we will continue speaking with Robbie as well. So I'm going to start with you, Jill. Thank you so much for being here. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, what you do, and then we're going to move on to find out what your idea was.
Sure, Mr. Main. First, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be talking with you today. So thank you very much, and thank you, HCC. About myself, my background is a mechanical engineer, and I'm a continuing education student at HCC. I enrolled for a couple of classes in finance and accounting and learned about this opportunity of the Shark Tank. And so I researched a little further and found out that that was something that I qualified for, even being a continuing education student. So I really want to encourage everyone who thinks that they may not qualify for certain things to take a look at it, try it out. And of course, contacting with Ravi was very easy. He's been very helpful the whole process through. I really want to give a thank you to HCC for all the opportunities. And then, of course, through HCC, Ravi connected me to SCORE, which is an entity here in Houston that helps small businesses develop their ideas and bring them to fruition. And so I want to give a little shout out to Mr. Jim O'Sullivan on that as well. Thank you.
Okay, what idea did you pitch to win this scholarship?
Well, you know, it was very timely to start thinking about an idea when I saw the Shark Tank information. And in fact, being in the summer and being in the midst of COVID-19 and economic downturn, I really started thinking about how I can help everyone with something that can bring people work and work to the people. And so not only does that work as far as getting folks back into work, but this is also for folks that are basically looking for an opportunity to increase their success. The challenge is to use technology and leverage that power of opt-in employment. And so this is not just for the employed, as I mentioned, it's for anyone that wants to turn their spare times into spare dimes. Yes, trademark. So the company is Service Hub, and Service Hub provides the trusted online platform for people to share, discover, and meet local needs. This is especially true right now, as I mentioned, with COVID. Folks don't necessarily want people coming into their house to give them bids and quotes on services they may need. Instead, most of the work can be done online and remotely. I think this is a benefit for both the consumer, who, again, doesn't need to have make time in their calendar and show up at home, but the contractor doesn't get there, and then they have to wait for a larger time window. And so this helps them out, but it also helps the contractor because they don't have to come and look at jobs. They can see them remotely, and that saves time, money. It helps save the economy by saving gas and transport time and less people on the highways. I think everyone in Houston would agree is a great thing for Houston.
Yes, I definitely agree, especially because people probably are out of work and this is an opportunity for them. Speaking of that, so if I'm out of work and I want to do this, can you give me a little bit of a rundown on how I would go about it? Like, I'm Jermaine Washington, I don't have a job. How do I find out about you? How do I get online and participate and figure out what I want to do?
Certainly. I would be glad to help you, Jermaine. I see that you're currently employed, but maybe in your free time, you'd like to make a little extra income. And so I'm here to help you for sure. So basically how the interface is a website and a web app. And so you can go on there, and the site is servicehub.com, and it's got a cute name. In fact, it's SERVUS.com. So it's serving all of us, in fact. And so you go on the site and you indicate the type of work that you would like to do. And that allows other folks to see what you have as far as an offering. And so let's say that you are at home, you have your web app turned on. If someone needs a service that you would provide, Jermaine, such as maybe voiceovers, and you could respond to that immediately so that they could contract with you to get that work done. And now it becomes even easier for you because Service helps you get the work done, meaning we help with the contracts, we help with the communication, we help with the payments. And so everything is turnkey such that you are suddenly a self-entrepreneur. We're looking for those type of web entrepreneurs, not just in our customers, but also in our workforce.
And then you charge a certain fee for bringing the people together. Is that right?
Certainly. There's a fee for the work, and then there's a fee for the contractor. Allow me to say this, though. You, as an independent contractor, you wouldn't have to go ahead and set up your own web page. We would provide that for you. You wouldn't have to set up your own web server with an email address with your name at the end. We would do that for you. And so a lot of these services and a lot of the hurdles that are difficult for new, small entrepreneurs, the contracting, all these things tend to make them a little perhaps hesitant to engage. My goal here is for full engagement, is to get as many folks that want to be employed, that want to have work in their free time or in their full time, so that they are fully engaged in society, and that helps everybody out.
I love it. I'm going to tell my daughter about you. She's unemployed. She needs a job. That is amazing. A great thought. Great way to pivot. So we're going to end it. We have about a minute and a half left. So I'm going to let Ravi have the last word. And Ravi, tell our viewers anything you want to say about the pitch competition right now. Let us know.
Thanks, Jermaine. So, I really want to say that, we heard from all three of the contestants and the winners. All these ideas were always in their heads, right? So a great idea in someone's head is not economically valuable. It's worthless, to be honest, unless it's acted on. So what the competition does, it puts deadlines, it puts pressure to get things done. Then it pairs it with mentors and experts to help you solve the issues or the hurdles you're having, get over them. And then there's also incentives for you to actually, win a scholarship. So now you can take another class for free, or even use it to cover supply costs. And then lastly, it provides that community. It creates a sense of, folks like Joe and Louisa and Mac to talk to one another about their ideas and maybe build on it further. So now we do have a cohort of students who are out there. I call them change makers because they've got great ideas that solve great problems, and that can generate economic value for the community, the city. So all we do as a community college is we are cheerleaders for them, and we want to promote and support them as best as we can. So thanks a lot, Jermaine, for doing that, and appreciate it.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much for bringing everyone together. Thank you, Louisa, Matt, and Joe, all for being here today. And as always, I would like to share a motivational tip, which is actually a Chinese proverb. Teachers can open the door, but you must enter it yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching Our Community, Our Money, the Entrepreneur in You. See you next time.